In the heart of a vast and ancient African forest lay the village of Umudike. Umudike is known far and wide for its powerful priestess, Nneka. She was not just a healer, she was a legend. People travel from far distant lands to seek her divine intervention. Her hands known to cure illness that left other healers baffled. From the smallest fever to the deadliest curse, Nneka's touch brought relief. Her herbs and incantations worked miracles, and her fame spread like wildfire. Nneka's home was a modest hut, surrounded by lush greening medicinal plants and sacred totems. Her presence carried an aura of peace, and the village worshipped her, showering her with gifts of yam, goats, and handcrafted treasures in gratitude for her healings. However, as the years went by, Nneka's heart grew restless. Despite her success, she wanted a taste for greater power and recognition. She longed to be more than just a village healer. She wanted to be a legend that transcended time and space. In her quest for this unattainable power, Nneka decided to scout the Marine Kingdom, a realm of mystical beings and ancient magic, known to be ruled by powerful spirits. One moonless night, Nneka ventured deep into the forest, guided by the whispers of the wind and the lights of fireflies. She reached a hidden lake, glowing with an airy, otherworldly light. There, she performed the ancient rituals, calling upon the spirits of the deep. As she chanted, the waters began to shrunk, and from the depths emerged a figure, a snake-like mermaid, her scales shimmering with iridescent color, her eyes glowing with an unearthly light. "I am Adaeze, guardian of the Marine Kingdom," the mermaid hissed, her voice both seductive and terrifying. "Why have you summoned me, mortal?" Nneka, now trembling, bowed before Adaeze. "Great spirits, I seek power beyond what other mortals can offer. I want to be the greatest healer, known across all lands. I am willing to pay any price." Adaeze's eyes gleamed with a sinister light. "Power comes at a cost, Nneka. To gain what you desire, you must first prove your loyalty to the Marine Kingdom. You will run mad twice a month, and during that time, you will bark like a dog. Moreover, each month, you must initiate one of those who come to you for healing into our realm. This will grow our myth and strengthen your bond with us." Nneka hesitated, but her ambition overshadowed her fear. "I accept your terms," she declared. With a wicked smile, Adaeze extended a scaled hand, and Nneka grabbed it. A soaring pain shot through her body, and she collapsed by the lake, unconscious. When she awoke, she felt a surge of power unlike anything she had ever known. Her senses were heightened, her connection to the spirit world stronger than ever. She returned to her village, ready to embrace her newfound power. The following days brought incredible success. Nneka's healing abilities had magnified. Diseases that had once taken hours or days to cure now vanished with a mere touch. Her fame spread even further, and people came in droves, bearing more lavish gifts, praising her as a goddess among mortals. But then came the full moon. As the night fell, an uncontrollable madness took over Nneka. She howled and barked like a dog, her eyes wild and unfocused. The villagers, terrified and confused, tried to help her, but there was nothing they could do. As dawn approached, the madness vanished, and Nneka was left exhausted and ashamed. Determined to uphold her end of the bargain, Nneka began to select individuals from the tongues of people who came to her. She chose those who seemed strong and resilient, initiating them into the Marine Kingdom through secret rituals. These chosen ones would disappear, taken to serve in the watery depths, and Nneka's powers continued to grow. Months passed, and Nneka's madness episodes became a dreaded spectacular in the village. Despite the terror and confusion, The villagers remained loyal, their belief in Nneka's abilities unshaken. But the price of her power was deep. Each initiation took a toll on her soul, and weight of her actions began to haunt her dreams. One day, a young woman named Amara came to Nneka, seeking a cure for her ill father. Amara was different. Her spirit was pure and her heart was full of courage. Nneka felt a pang of guilt as she considered initiating Amara, knowing the girl's strength and purity would make her a perfect candidate for the marine kingdom. But as Nneka performed the healing ritual, something within her broke. She saw the fear and hope in Amara's face and realized the depth of her action. She had become a puppet in the marine kingdom, sacrificing innocent souls for her greed. The realization was a dagger to her heart. Desperate to break free, Nneka sought out Adaeze once more. She returned to the lake, her voice trembling as she called upon the mermaid. Adaeze emerged, her smile cruel and mocking. "Have you come to accept your fate, Nneka?" she asked, her eyes gleaming with malevolence. "No," Nneka replied, her voice resolute. "I have come to renounce my path. I will no longer sacrifice innocent lives for power." Adaeze's laughter echoed across the lake. "You cannot escape your destiny, foolish mortal. The pact is sealed. You will suffer the consequences." With a wave of her hand, Adaeze vanished, leaving Nneka alone by the lake. Despair washed over her as she refused to give up. She sought guidance from the ancient spirits, hoping to find a way to break free from the marine kingdom's grips. The spirits, moved by Nneka's sincerity and remorse, revealed a path to redemption. She had to atone for her actions by using her power selflessly, healing those in need without expecting anything in return. She would also have to confront the mermaid kingdom and defeat Adaeze in a battle of wills. Nneka returned to her village with a renewed sense of purpose. She dedicated her healing without accepting gifts, relying solely on the generosity of the villagers to sustain her. Her episodes of madness continued, but she faced them with courage, knowing they were the price of her past mistakes. As months turned into years, Nneka's selfless acts began to undo the damages she had caused. The villagers' love and respect for her grew even stronger, and they stood by her during her times of madness. With their support, Nneka's power continued to grow, not through the dark paths, but through genuine connection and pure intentions. Finally, the day came when Nneka felt ready to confront Adaeze. She returned to the lake, her heart steady and her mind clear. She called upon the mermaid, challenging her to a fight of spirits. Adaeze emerged, her laughter filled with scorns. "You cannot defeat me, mortal," she hissed. "Your fate is sealed." But Nneka stood firm, drawing upon the love and support of her people. She channeled her energy into the powerful incantations. The battle was fierce, the air crackling with supernatural energy. In the end, Nneka's purity and determination triumphed over Adaeze's malevolence. The mermaid shrinked and dissolved into the waters. The pact was broken. Nneka fell to her knees, exhausted but victorious. She returned to her village, her soul cleansed and her powers restored. The episodes of madness ceased and Nneka continued to heal, her heart full of gratitude and humility. Nneka's story spread far and wide, becoming a legend of redemption and the power of the human spirit. She remained a healer, but now her fame was not just her ability, but for her courage and selflessness. The villagers of Umudike cherished her even more, knowing the depth of her sacrifice and the strength of her spirit. And so Nneka's name lived on, not just as a powerful healer, but as a beacon of hope and redemption. A reminder that true power comes from within, and that even the darkest path can be broken with the light of a pure heart. The moral lesson of this story is that true power and respect come from selflessness and integrity. and not just from shortcuts or dark paths. Genuine connections and pure intentions are more powerful than any supernatural force, and even when we make mistakes, it is never too late to seek redemption and change for the better.